program may contain moments of great personal reflection, sudden and striking realization, things you should not try at home, the truth about cats and dogs, incomplete thoughts, rambling gibberish, completely ridiculous opinions, winning lottery numbers, things you could really care less about, barking dogs, and unfortunately, Mike and Stan.
Who likes to be silly? I like to be silly.
What kind of radio show is this?
This town needs an enema.
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Get up, get on up.
Hey. Oh, I didn't warn you guys. We're live. Welcome to an all-new Open Mic Live right here on OpenMicTheShow.com. All fat and happy after the big old turkey day. And my birthday. I'm 1 year older. Yay to me. That sounds like me. It's an echo in the studio.
I definitely don't want to hear the show twice.
Oh, it's been so long I forget how to do that. We are live right here every Thursday, 7 p.m. IRN Broadcast.com, No Name Network. Catch the replays on 920 WON, the Apple midnights. And then Saturdays, 10 p.m., Bubba Army Radio, which we made it. We made the cut on Bubba Army here.
We did?
Yeah.
How the hell did you pay somebody?
I didn't even know. You told me.
Yeah, it wasn't from doing the show.
I don't have that kind of cash.
So we're doing all this from Barking Dog Studios. Welcome, guys. Appreciate that. So in the studio with us is the phenomenal Shannon Kelly. Welcome.
Hello.
I mean,
Phenomenal.
she sped through traffic after leaving an accident that she caused.
Oh my God. I forgot to tell you I was in a monster truck and I just ran over everyone.
Phenomenal is my favorite F word.
Oh my God.
And then there's Ricky Hicken.
Oh, shit. Too soon.
Welcome, Ricky. How you doing, buddy?
Never been called worse.
I can
just
take that.
kidding.
There's a few.
Yeah, it's
few
true.
worse
I love
that-
Matt.
We all love Matt.
Yeah.
It's still insulting.
It's
You
so
ain't gonna lie.
insulting.
Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thanks for
I realize,
having us.
especially in this traffic and this time of night, is a pain in the ass.
Only for you guys.
Oh my God. Now I'm drooling. No, that's leaking. Anyway, so tonight we will be talking with them, about a show we'll be doing with them in December, which Shannon is saving my ass on, thank God, because I suck at this. And we will be talking about, what else you want to talk about, Mike?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
How about we talk about traffic?
Let's talk about traffic.
I'm just kidding. That's just way too easy, right?
I mean, there's weather.
Weather?
Weather?
You have to say weather.
Weather.
Oh, broadcasting school, we had to say this thing, whether the weather is whatever, blah, blah, blah. You have to enunciate the H. Weather.
So something that keeps... I'm in sales. Something that keeps happening to me lately, for some reason, I don't know why, is people come in to buy shit, and then right as you give them their total, oh shit, I got to go get my wallet out of the car.
I did that too.
And I get so pissed off, and then I remember I do that a lot. You know what I mean? I have a shit ton of groceries. There's 10 people behind me, and I'm like, I'll be right back, and then run out to the car. Does that ever happen to you? Have you ever done it, or do you have a wallet?
Yeah. I have one right now.
But have you ever done that?
I forget stuff all the time.
What do you forget the most?
Usually my wallet.
I was just about to say pulling out because he's got two kids.
He doesn't forget.
So you're going from traffic to wallet, and I was
Because
like,
I wasn't really
where's-
going to talk about
where's
traffic.
he
Who the fuck
go-
talks about
I
traffic?
know, but I was like, where is this going?
No, it's Open Mic Live. You've been here
I know,
once.
I know.
No,
We don't
I think
transition
you need
well.
that beer, Ricky. Give me that.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Or
Follow along,
shotgun it.
thank
But
you.
so I think women do that less, right? Because they carry a purse.
No, I definitely do it too.
Do you?
But I'm not
Do you
sure
forget your
average
wallet,
woman.
or do you forget like your bank card somewhere? You know what I mean? Seriously, I'm asking. I mean, do you
You
forget
really
your-
want to know? I mean,
it's a fucking question. No.
okay. The biggest thing is when I pump gas and I'll put my debit card in my back pocket and then I forget it
And wash it and get it back.
Yeah.
But I've actually had to leave my wife as collateral because we went to dinner and went to pay and didn't have our card on us.
Neither
Right.
one of you.
Neither one of us
Yeah,
had a
that's
card on.
problematic.
You had to choose like who stays behind.
Yeah,
Like,
she wasn't driving.
Oh,
She was going to sit there and relax till I got back.
okay.
I
so
figured she'd want to leave and not be there by herself, and not so much.
that would have been like a better fight though. Like you get to say who stays behind if both of y'all were sober. Like how do you decide?
I'm kind of glad she chose me because she might not have come back.
Right. Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I was a good choice because she knew I was coming back.
There you
If
go.
she had left, I would have been sitting there going, watching every car that goes by, the lights, like you're waiting for a ride. You never done that?
Yeah, I soccer practice.
Soccer?
Yeah, my mom dropped me off, and my dad refused to acknowledge that I played soccer. So
I mean, you were not dancing. It was
Yo,
soccer.
that's hilarious.
You didn't see how I played soccer. It's,
How old were you when you played soccer?
9
Last year.
I wasn't in a league. It was enforced during PE.
Oh, okay. So you weren't like a soccer player.
No,
You were forced to do it.
Yeah, I played football back in those days when none of the kids were fast enough to get concussions.
Wait a minute.
That's
Did you
what-
really play football?
I did. I played 3 years of Pop Warner.
Are you serious?
Running
Yeah.
back?
No. I was short and stout. I was a right guard and defensive tackle.
So you didn't have a very big team.
No. We no. Once all the kids got like older and everybody like leaned out and nothing happened to my body, I kind of had to call it
play
quits.
football here.
Second string,
Yeah.
third string.
I played 6 years of baseball. Like didn't hide out in that sport.
Did you like any of those sports, or did you just play them because you thought you had to?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Which was your favorite?
Cheerleading.
Dude, male cheerleaders are hot.
I mean, I'm biased, but
You bi?
He was really a male cheerleader.
Were you really?
yeah, at college level. What?
And your dad was okay with that, but the soccer was out.
No, he was not okay with that either. I mean, he supported me. He was like, I'm just glad you're in college.
To all my practices, did he used to hold you up at home just so you could practice?
No, I did one of the dudes who
You did
graduated. Damn it, Shannon.
I'm so glad you're here.
One of the guys who graduated right before me, he helped me do back tucks and stuff in his front yard. We had moments.
What kind of moments?
Cuddle.
Back tuck moments.
You guys,
Did you tape it?
I'm sure somebody did. If anybody had a video camera in that neighborhood at the time.
Shannon, did you ever play sports or anything?
Look at me. Oh God, when I was
Softball player. That's
yeah, I was
what's.
gonna say that's the key. Like if someone, because of course I seem like I'm a lesbian. What does that mean? Oh my God, bias.
It means you like
not
women.
bias. What are my prejudices? No, but I feel like several people have asked me in my life if I played softball, and that was them trying to figure out if I was a lesbian or not. But I never did play softball. But
Did you try lesbianism?
like one time. It's
Sweet.
we'll
You
talk-
got video?
No.
Way better than softball.
As a kid, I was in little league and like basketball. I was a cheerleader in like elementary school.
What?
Yeah. Oh, actually, in high school, I played the flag in band. Did the color
Played the
guard
flag.
thing.
Wow.
The color guard, kind of like the rifles. We were a cool color guard though. We fucking bitches getting money.
I played a tree in a Christmas play one time.
It was fine. That was sports.
Mike, you played sports, didn't you?
I mean, not as a kid. I think I tried out for football as a junior or whatever it is, junior varsity. And I went one day, and the next day I was so sore, I was like, I'm not going back. That shit hurt.
That shit hurt.
I wasn't down for that.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, I did MMA when I was an adult. That shit hurt too.
I played kickball as an adult.
Well, that's right. We did a kickball league.
We did do a kickball league. And then I got older and tried it again and pulled hamstrings and shit just trying to run to first base. Like,
Yeah.
the older you get, sports get tough. So you start playing darts and shooting pool and shit like that. I mean, no.
I think that's just an excuse to do something while you're drinking.
Listen,
Yeah.
don't judge me.
I told one of my new coworkers that I would try our CrossFit gym, and she's like, here's this workshop, all the athletes. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not going as far as to be called an athlete right now. Like, I might show up. Doesn't mean I'm going to do anything. Okay?
So you guys, let's get back to what is really going on because that fucking conversation was going
Traffic.
nowhere.
What is really
You
going on?
sure?
Traffic's going on.
I don't,
Conversation.
have you heard about semi-amateur MMA?
What is semi-amateur?
That's where you just watch World Star videos from your phone.
Nope, haven't heard of that. Do you yell it? Do you say that world's on?
Yeah, you have to.
have to.
Randy
That's
Holton's
right.
watching. I
Yeah,
feel like
you-
a celebrity right now. Randy Holton's watching us.
Oh, gee.
I feel like-
Randy, what's up?
Governor Randy Holton. Or is
you
it
guys
for
are
mayor or
senator
governor?
or something,
I don't know.
whatever.
Politician Randy.
Let's bring out the big guys.
I know.
I'm proud of you right now. I mean, all we have is like Michael Willis. Who the hell is that guy?
I have no.
Who's Whitey Ford? Actually, Whitey Ford has a show that's pretty goddamn phenomenal, too. He gets high and just... Actually, it's not phenomenal. I have no idea what he's talking about.
I think you're overusing the word phenomenal, and now I don't feel special.
I just
This
realized
was okay.
phenomenal starts with a P.
This show's like mediocre. It's fine.
I
Shannon's
go
phenomenal.
through
The show's
stages with words. You know what I mean? Like I use the same word over and like
Yeah.
until I get sick of myself using it.
When I went to Maryland, they called all the traffic fuckery. So, and then they got their accents up there, like, and then this fuckery, and that's the traffic is fuckery. You can just use it now. You're
It's a solid word.
It is,
Yeah.
Fuckery?
the fuckery.
Dude, fuck is a solid word, period.
It's true.
It's the most dynamic word out there.
If it
We have
wasn't,
a verb, an noun.
yeah, if it wasn't, they wouldn't have put it in the Bible. So, just saying,
Can you read that
Exactly.
verse to us?
I can
Corinthians
probably not
1,
find it.
2,
Fuck
shall
it.
not fornicate under cardinal, what is it? Cardinal something.
Cardinal
It's an
fuck.
acronym for something.
At this rate, any cardinal,
Just say cardinal.
even a blue jay or two. That's a robin.
Or a
a
Cub Scout.
robin.
What just happened? Yes, you're right. We have no idea what the hell is going on, Shannon. I'm nervous. You guys make me nervous.
Why?
Because you're talented and I'm not.
Oh, shut up.
That
I'm glad you did that because he's totally fishing for a compliment.
Oh, no.
Just told him to shut up.
We talk about it all the time.
What?
I'm just gonna say.
How bad
How
you are.
weird it is? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
terrible. I suck. We're going to break. Oh.
But here's the thing is, the show we're going to be doing, right? Like, that's a pretty solid lineup, right? For
Yo, I'm
December
so
8th.
stoked to be on it. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
It's fucking awesome.
It is. A
I'm
fucking
opening,
awesome
right? That's what I heard.
So, anyway, but I'm going out and looking, researching you guys a little bit. And last night, there was a show, correct? At, what was it called? Flynn's?
Yep. That was Tim Chirikoliv and Elijah Hernandez put that on. So.
That lineup shows what is coming up in this area right now. That's a pretty...
Yes
Tim
and no. There's
C-
some OGs on there too, though. There was like Katie McCoy and John Jacobs, and people have been around for a minute. But
Well,
there's some new kids on there
But
too.
even
for sure.
OGs at this point in the game, the way this game is changing, and you guys are starting to build a pretty strong family out there, and people
Mm-hmm.
like you promoting and putting on shows, and Jacob's doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot more effort toward success than there was a while back. Do you agree with that?
I wasn't really around then, I guess, because I did a
you've
mic.
heard.
Yeah, I mean, I did a mic years ago, and I think it's just like a new wave. Like the people that I think used to do it, like I'm thinking of the Cigar City comedy folks, like they're kind of older, they have kids. Like a lot of those girls, especially in that scene, like can't make it out to mics and stuff. So this is like a younger group of us that can make it out, and we're not old and feeble yet. So. And I think there's like a lot of camaraderie too, because you can't do it alone. It's not a one man show. Like you need people on the shows with you. So
It's true. I've seen one man shows.
one man shows.
Yeah.
What do you
We're not
mean?
talking about your back flipping bullshit in the goddamn yard.
That was a 2-man show.
Someone was showing a man. I don't want to.
It took 2 people to put on that
He
show.
was just tumbling in his backyard.
What?
You've never tumbled?
No.
That's gymnastics, bitch.
Gymnastics.
I look like a fucking cheerleader.
He doesn't either. But, I mean,
What?
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 No, you're pretty like a cheerleader.
What?
What?
But I'm going down this list. You got Kyle Neely, which after having him in, I've gone and seen him. That guy's freaking good.
Didn't we call him Kevin Nealon for like 6
You did because you're a
hours?
dick. But yeah.
That's one thing I'll say is about these kids that I say kids. He's a grown ass man, but that I've seen the last couple of years. Like I saw him come on the scene, and they're fucking growing. Like
They're strong.
Yeah, like Marie Williams, she was on the show. No, she wasn't on the show last night.
She was on your show.
She was on
at
my
the
showcase
Rooster.
on Tuesday. It's a blur. It's always a fucking blur. But
You do a lot.
That's the thing is that's easy to believe with you. You're so damn busy doing this shit on top of real life.
Yeah.
on top of drinking. That's what you meant to say.
Well, that's real life to people like us.
Exactly. That's what, no, but she's like the perfect example. Like she's so smart. Her writing is so good and like out there, but she's just charismatic on stage and like the delivery. Like she's grown so much. And I have a lot to do too. But these kids, I'm so proud of them. These little babies.
She's a lot like Tommy Gill, but the opposite. The writing is
She's
so
like him,
smart, but he's not very active on stage. Like he's not high energy.
He is though. He's very yelly. Like I just saw him last night. He was on that Flynn show, and he does like his whole meditation joke where he like gets down on the ground in his like suit jacket and he's like meditating. And then
I love that guy.
I feel like he's pretty active on stage.
He's hilarious.
I love Tommy, but what she said about Marie too, everything right. She's
And I haven't seen her.
very smart.
I need to see her. How about this Sophia Sanchez? I've never seen her either.
Sophia's the shit, dude.
She's hard to miss. Not
very short. She wore my face on stage last night, and that was great.
She wore your face.
My T-shirt with my face on it.
Yeah.
I love her for that. But she's also the shit, and that's the thing is like I don't know. Starting out, I probably was super insecure. Like, oh, there's other girls in the scene. Like, nah, fuck it. Like, these girls are the shit. Like, and I'm just stoked to be alongside them. Like, and Sophia's another one. She's smart. Her writing is great, and it doesn't always have to be like, oh, my vagina. It's like it doesn't have to be overly sexualized all the time. It doesn't have to be
comedian.
What's that?
You can just be a comedian.
Right. And talk about real shit and not have to like and you I think there's a way too, and this is what I respect about females, is when you can tell a sex joke without over sexualizing it. Does that make sense? It's like this is a thing that happened without having to be a sex
You're not trying to shock people. You're just trying to be funny.
Or trying to seduce people on stage. You don't have to do that portion either. Like these girls will talk about stuff that does that make sense to you? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm still trying to figure out what sex is.
Oh my god.
You thought it was a one-man show.
Yeah.
No, it does make sense though, seriously, because some people they go so far into one thing because they think they have to focus on that. Mm-hmm. They forget to relax and just freaking be themselves, and because you're naturally funny, don't force it. You know what I mean? But you go through those stages, don't you? Like a lot of women comics go through the fat jokes, go through the the typical jokes, like,
right?
But you don't.
I think there's a way you approach it too, and then smart writing, obviously. And I don't know, a lot of these girls, like again, Katie McCoy was on that show last night, and it's just. Like, she doesn't stay there. It's not like, let me talk about my body type the entire time. It's like she addresses it and she does her thing, but it's funny, it's written well, and then she keeps going. So
yeah, look, to me, it doesn't matter what you talk about. If it's funny, it's funny.
Right.
If people are gonna laugh, they're laughing for a reason.
Right.
You know, like if it's hack and it's not there, then you're not gonna have longevity with it. And so, like in the end, comedy works itself out. But I think if anybody, if like a female comedian's thinking about, should I not talk about this because I'm a female? If it's funny, it's funny.
I think it's got to be relatable. That's really the issue, is you've got to make sure that you're hitting the target. We went to, and not in a comedy setting, but we went somewhere, in fact, it was a little bit of a comedy setting where there was some really big people as far as business owners that came out and were talking about who they were. Well, a female business owner came out and said, well, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm talking strictly to the women right here. And so she lost half of the crowd. Because she tuned out. We can't relate now. And I think that goes on the same level of comedy. When you hear some of these women, there's a lot of, what was her name, Joan Rivers. There was a lot of her jokes I didn't get. But she was still funny, and she pulled it back around where her next joke pulled the audience back that she kind of left out of that joke. So you got to kind of fine-tune and intermesh it well.
I mean, and to kind of go back to hacky comics, Matt Williams is in the...
Stop! Stop!
And he says to calm down, Ricky. Just take it easy over there.
That son of a bitch! Don't tell me to calm down. I'm calm.
He's calm. He's calm. Aren't I calm? So calm.
Aren't I calm?
Can we talk about how cute Ricky is? He shaved his beard off. I was looking at your teeth. You got good teeth.
Thank you.
They're like
What's
straight.
up, Santos? Speaking of
Josh Santos.
calm, I was expecting calm. Like, in Santos, when he was in, like, I prepped for Santos. So I prepped to have to, because when we went and saw him at Improv and all that, he's himself.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch came in here and was fucking lit up. Woo! What's going on? I'm like, fuck yeah. It just made my job easy as hell.
Dude, that poor kid last night at Pokey's, we had the most, like, obnoxious, probably underage fucking college kids in there that were so loud. And he was cracking me up the way he, like, addressed the situation and, like, tried to handle it. It was amazing. I love him.
And it's funny you say that because the last time I actually saw him on stage was Pokey's. Mm-hmm. And he did the same thing. There was a few dicks at the bar, you know what I mean? And, his improv shit was just, I was in tears.
Yeah.
I'm going, holy shit, you really are funny.
He cracks me up.
But yeah, no, these guys are awesome. Steven Netta's in the room. Love that guy.
I think I've met him. Yes.
You're not sure you met him?
I think I've met him once. It was a long time ago. Man, I've done a lot of drugs.
He says, oh, I handled that.
Yeah, you did. Dude, Josh Santos is my little brother's favorite comic.
Oh, really?
He's just, like, his awkward, like, especially when he just stands there and he kind of shakes around and just stares at someone, like... I love him.
He's perfect at it. Like
I saw your brother the other day. Little.
Yeah, younger brother.
Yeah.
He's quite large. He's very large.
He's a big human.
Is he?
Yeah.
We got Ash D in here. I'm shooting a movie with him right now. So if
really?
give him
Shannon, you can't just say I'm shooting a movie with a dude.
Yeah, my brother's friend was over and he's like, "Are they shooting porn in there or what's going on?" We are. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Are you really shooting a movie with him though?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's like an indie thing. Funny because we wrote the whole thing before John Jacobs' "Living the Dream" came out, but sort of similar. Like it's I'm essentially playing the worst version of myself in the thing, and it's just like waking up and shit goes wrong, and then trying to do sets, and it's exactly doing sets, and like at first you're watching the sets and you're like, well, why is she bombing? And then you find out later it's because she's a crazy alcoholic person that like, and she's not doing a good job, and like.
So it's a biography.
It's autobiography. I wrote it. I wrote it. I'm in it.
Oh, you wrote it?
Yeah, it's my life.
Oh, yeah.
And then just a rotation of people in and out of my bed. It's funny, but there's like a million cameos. There's a million cameos. All the comics are in it. So.
All right, hold on. Are you ready on that note?
What happened?
We're going to move to a game because
let's
we can't
move to
top that.
games.
Can you, Ricky?
No, a lot of people have topped that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Because he broke the rules.
What rule? You did it! You did it! I knew you would! I just knew you would!
Let's just do it. Let's meet this thing head on. And you were in it to win it.
All right, so this is real news, fake news.
That's what this is.
I don't think we played this last time you guys were here.
I did.
That's
Did you?
amazing.
Okay. So you've been playing this game for a while?
We've been playing it. That's why I mixed it up a little.
Yeah.
We might want to switch this shit up some.
That's a great idea. Jesus Christ.
What's the name of this
The name
game?
of the game is Real News or Fake News. It's like fact or bullcrap. But
Call it fake news or real news.
I'm going to go... Yeah, we'll do whatever we want.
It's different.
I'm going to...
I'm just saying.
All right, I'm going to give you a headline, and I want you to tell me if it's based off of a real story or a fake story. And if it's real, you'll hear this.
Absolutely real.
And if it's fake, you'll hear this.
The news is fake.
And we have a new point system. Is that what we're doing here?
I have no idea. We're going to try it. Roll that, spin that thing this toward me.
New point system. We've got a bingo ball kit. You can't see it because it's off the screen, but... Oh, so it's just like bingo. We've got the ball thing that runs around. Is there numbers?
Roll the thing. Play with his balls, Ricky.
Toward me.
Come on.
This is working out well.
Bingo, stop.
There it is.
Pick that ball
Grab
up.
one.
What's the
Grab-
number
grab
on
the
it?
ball.
Balls up.
It's the first time we've tried it.
G53.
53 points.
Bingo.
Is this based off of a real story or a fake story? Blue Moon's new pot-infused beer fails to impress local stoners. So did Blue Moon come up with a new pot-infused beer, and are the locals unimpressed about it?
Man, all that sounds true.
I'm going to say true.
I've got
yeah.
to tell you that I tried one of the hemp beers, and I thought it was just meh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with true.
I'm going with true.
I didn't say they were great headlines. I just said they were real.
Head.
Fake.
Like,
Get it?
head shop, head beer. All right.
Head shop, that's brilliant.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking.
The writer.
Wait for it says real.
Damn. Weird.
So if we get it wrong, then we get G.
Yeah. In your drink. Oh, my God.
I like that you covered up your names. What are you guys like getting stalked by
I
people?
like that people are just yelling out bingo and not the.
We got real. Tony Madden says real. Oh, so, no. We had that made, and they sent me the proof to approve. I sent it. Yeah, it's
And he
approved.
accepted it.
Well, then they put
So-
stand
Stand.
on Deo on there. Instead of stand down, stand is the first word. So Mike covered that, and then just to be nice, he covered his last name too.
My name's like really big right here, so I'm good. I'm not missing anything.
Amberly says real.
Yeah.
Tony says real.
That sounds like a fancy outside piece of furniture, like stand on Deo.
Stand on Dale.
I don't know.
It's the new Japanese.
And then a dog comes over and pees
Depends on
on
how
it.
fast you say it.
What?
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 But then it pees back on the
Said peeing
dog,
on stuff,
so-
and I got interested.
Oh, I don't know. Is it real or not? We can't sit in this suspense anymore.
Oh, you're gonna have to wait.
Just answer the goddamn thing.
Real news or fake news? Blue Moon's pot-infused beer fails to impress the local stoners. You ready? Did you get yeses and nos?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we got.
We're so ready.
So the answer to this is shit.
The news is fake.
The news is fake, but I don't really know it's fake. I don't know if Blue Moon didn't
And then you're
fucking do
gonna throw his
that,
balls
or
on the ground.
what happened, or if the people didn't.
It
like
doesn't matter. Roll it again.
I'm gonna put this down.
It was fake.
It was fake.
Roll it again.
You do it.
It was not a real story. Nobody
No,
cares.
toward me.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Yep, just like that. Just keep going.
Yeah,
Keep
look,
going, keep going.
now pull
There
it,
you
pull
go.
it. Now spit on it. Oh. You don't know what to do with it. Do you have two in your hand? You don't know. For 38 points, a woman passes gas in the store and then pulls a knife on offended customer. Did this happen? Are women really that upset about passing gas?
I'm upset about them doing
By
it.
the way, I have to take off sleeves.
Woman passes gas in store, then pulls a knife because someone got pissed off about it.
Yeah, they got offended.
If you would have said man, I would have been like, I didn't know anybody reported that. But
Wait, so what's the headline?
woman passes
gas in the store.
In line, and a customer gets offended, so she pulls a knife.
That's a way too long of a headline. So.
It's not. I paraphrased, but it was not short.
So the person who gassed the place pulled the knife?
Woman passes
Right.
gas in store
Right.
and then pulls a knife on offended customer.
Oh, wow. So, man, you're like
Woman
assaulting.
passes gas. That's
Two
too long.
counts.
I'm going to say fake because it's just too long of a headline.
That's true.
What if I said it happened in Florida?
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like a Florida story.
I don't know, man.
Randy Holton says, I passed gas in the store and everyone ran out of Walmart.
Well, he did it in the voting booth. That's why nobody voted for him.
He did it on my mom, and that's why she.
That's how she got pregnant.
That's
Tony Madden says real. Amberly says real. Gobble says real. Whitey Ford says real. Damn, my fucking voice.
Real.
James
Did you get
Duncan
turned
says real.
on?
Huh?
Did you get turned on?
No. I've been dealing with this damn voice for days.
Me, I've been dealing with it for years.
Does anybody think this is fake? Is there anybody on there thinking this story's fake? Or is
Not
it
yet.
just
Yeah,
this one over
it's
here?
fake.
It's just that one over there.
Where's the
Ask
I
gas.
don't give a shit button on the.
Ask fucking. What's his name?
It's called the doorbell.
Exactly.
What'd you say, real? Just because you...
Oh, yeah.
He said real with authority.
Oh, yeah.
He said, fuck yeah, women fart. Real news or fake news? Women pass gas in store and then pulls knife on customer. That, my friends,
Absolutely real.
that is a real story, and it did happen in Florida.
All right, spin the goddamn
I
thing.
wasn't making that up. I like this because this gives me time to do shit. Use both hands. When you're playing with my balls. Wait, what?
This one's worth G55.
For G points, San Diego resident comes home to strangers sleeping in entertainment center.
I'm gonna say yeah.
San Diego. I saw that on Friends once, wasn't it? Joey got locked in the entertainment center, so he fell asleep.
Friends was in New York.
Yeah, I mean,
Sandy.
Jesus Christ.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry, you're not wrong.
I love this dog so much.
That sounds... I don't know, man.
Whitey Ford says effing real.
West Coast people.
Gobble says real.
They're crazy. There's the liberals. They'll just sleep wherever they want.
How close to L.A. is San Diego?
South, I think.
Because there are a lot of people looking for places to sleep. In LA.
I think Skid Row is the L.A., right? That's where everybody's just sleeping because they're sleeping off their heroin.
Really don't know much about California.
That and all the foreclosures and stuff and the cost of living
James so
prices.
abrasive? What
Go
did
fuck
you do?
yourself, San Diego.
Oh.
I'm going to say it's true.
Yeah, I
You,
see, sure.
Whitey, Gobble says real. Tony Madden says real. James says real. Amberly says fake.
For 53, was it?
55.
G55 points.
All right, here we go.
G55.
For G55 points, San Diego resident comes home to stranger sleeping in entertainment center. That, my friends,
The news is fake.
that's fake.
Oh,
Didn't happen.
shucks.
Never happened.
Dang it.
You don't
Alligator
get 55 points.
stabbed a man for over beef jerky.
How'd you know that was the next question?
It was,
That boy struck
if it was
out.
in Florida, does it count? Yeah. You get it.
It's mandatory. You live in Florida, you have to have jerky and an alligator. All right.
All right, spin the goddamn thing so we can get this over with.
Oh, me?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody, I don't give a shit who
Dog's
does
gotta
it.
go next.
Just do it. I'm going to come up with a different
Just
point
do it.
system.
16.
For 16 points. Shit. Buttons are hard.
I like when they make me throw
Kim
things.
Kardashian fan nearly dies getting a butt lift.
Ooh, I'm gonna say yes.
I think that's. I mean,
But did they say Brazilian butt lift? Because I feel like that's more.
is that like? Did
is
they
that-
say Florida? Cause
is that a
it's
real
like-
thing?
Yeah. I'm gonna say false.
What is a Brazilian? Did they wax it first and then
No,
go
they
in?
take fat out of one area and put it into another, aka your butt.
Well, a lot of them. Well, I think that is the butt lift. I think that's like the standard now. They don't put the silicone in anymore because it makes
They
it
just
lopsided.
suck it out of something else so you can look like Kim Kardashian.
There's the
They actually suck it out of Kim Kardashian and put it in there.
There's a semi-amateur butt lift.
Where you're on World Star going.
That's where I just hold it up.
See a commercial about
That's where I hold it up and people put it on World Star. I'll just hold your butt there.
Can we do that? Let's make some World Star.
All right, next segment. The
Bobby
Brazilian
Bowker.
butt.
Isn't he supposed to be hosting a mic right now? Why is he watching us?
because he's hosting a
Because
mic.
he's hosting a mic. He's at Cafe Hay.
He's holding us up for his set. This is my set, guys.
He's letting all the high school kids from Blake do their sets right now. That might be a true story.
Go to
I
Open
watched
Mic
that
Live
once.
and you can like watch the comments and who's.
Is that why my phone keeps vibrating?
Yeah,
because there's comments.
You're tagged. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure nobody died and I need to do something.
It took you that long. You've been live for 31 minutes. It took you 31 minutes to figure out if someone died, and you.
I've got like a 57 text threshold after like.
They did die. You got time.
2 kids and 57.
That means it's
text
serious,
threshold.
right?
Well, if they're like dead, there's nothing I can do.
Oh my God!
What?
Are we there?
All right, real news or fake news? Kim Kardashian fan, did they do something stupid? Yeah.
Absolutely real.
That's real. I mean,
All right.
come on.
One more time and the shit's over.
Last one. I got one more question. One more question. It's worth all the marbles.
All right, so it's worth 74 points.
All the bingo points. Oh, are we doubling that too, or no?
Yeah, why not?
I don't care. All right, last question is worth whatever points.
74 points.
Anti-vaccination stronghold in North Carolina hit with state's worst chickenpox outbreak in 2 decades.
What the hell just happened?
Come again.
Anti-vaxxer, an anti-vaccination stronghold, so anti-vaxxers in North Carolina have created the largest worldwide chickenpox epidemic in 2 decades because they won't vaccinate their kids with chickenpox. It's a South Park episode. It's a South Park episode. That's Mormonism.
Is it this
Mormonology?
South Carolina the problem? I feel like that would happen in another place,
like San
Utah.
Diego.
Right,
San
yeah.
Diego, yeah. Some weird.
That just sounds like a 2018 problem.
It does,
Like,
right?
anyway, yeah.
Also, they're denying climate change and everything else.
I'm gonna say false.
No, they are.
We got
They're denying climate
fake.
change.
No, I mean.
I know.
Ashley says, true, nigga.
I'm gonna.
Whoa.
He said
You
it.
can't say true.
It's real or fake news.
Ashley gets 148 points for using the word in my
True.
chat.
That's
As Whitey Ford answers below. All right, let's see here. Oh, that's done. This is tricky.
What is?
Like all these buttons.
All these buttons. Where'd this keyboard come from with all these buttons? There's an A and a
There's a
B and a
keyboard?
C on it.
Holy
I don't know
shit.
what to do.
they ain't nowhere near the order of the alphabet. Who's this Cordy?
They count all the way up to 9. Weird.
Cal says.
What if I need to go to 10?
This quarterly. Yeah.
Cordy.
What if I need to
What
go
kind
to
of
10?
left-handed nut job made this?
What kind of anti-vaccine piece of shit from South Carolina made this
Don't
keyboard?
you take my guns.
Jesus.
Oh,
All right, let's put him out of their misery.
Anti-vaccination
Take
stronghold
a
North
break,
Carolina hit with state's worst chickenpox outbreak in 2 decades. That, my friends,
Absolutely
is real. Vaccinate your kids. All right.
that's so nice.
We're going to take a break.
Are we?
Yeah.
Whitey wins. Whitey wins with 128.
Oh, I didn't even care if there was a
Whitey
winner.
wins.
We were taking a break. All right, when we come back, more with our friends, Ricky and Shannon.
Oh, who said we were friends?
My friends. Yeah, I'm not your friend. You're my friend.
Tell him he won't listen.
I keep trying to duct tape over his name and he won't let me.
We're going to come back to this off again. We don't have
Stan,
friends, we have comics.
it's one letter at a time, man.
It's like Hangman. We're still working on it.
Bye.
is Shannon Kelly. You're watching Open Mic Live with these two guys. You should get high and watch Open Mic Live. I remember I did that.
Prophet Shannon Kelly.
That's right.
Welcome back. Open Mic Live.
That was a good job. I'm proud of you.
Oh, yeah. I know what I'm doing.
You do know the buttons. Yeah.
He knows that one button on the left.
40.
Yeah. That's the other name that you've blacked out on the sign.
That's half my password.
All right, so welcome back. Again, we are in the studio with the hilarious Ricky Hicken. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
And the equally hilarious and hard-ass working Shannon Kelly.
You're phenomenal. Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Hello.
I've been fighting it. Like, I almost typed it into the chat and went, no! I didn't do it. I'm going to switch words. I'm going to come up with another one that you'll get sick of soon, so don't worry about it.
Let's bring back fat with a PH, you know?
Let's do that.
Just kidding. Please don't call me that.
On the bomb. You're so fat. Oh, is that?
Yeah, that's like text.
How fat are you?
How would you respond to that?
I don't know. Just like I do everything. Cry and drink.
That sounds like the Irish way. Are you Irish?
Slightly.
It's a Shannon O.
It's okay. Right.
I love you, Shannon, says Margaret.
Oh, thanks, Margaret. She was our accountant at the strip club that I worked at, so I'm glad she's...
So when she introduces herself, does she say that she's an accountant or I'm an accountant at a strip club?
I think she's an accountant in other places, but that's how I know her.
Okay.
That's how I met her.
We
worked a porn star party together. Like, I met Ron Jeremy while she was standing next to me. So we had some time.
That's
phenomenal.
Love you.
Are you a part of the Me Too movement with him?
No.
No, all right.
No.
Yeah.
I want to tell you guys so much, but I can't.
Why?
Because I can't expose the truths of the strip club. But one of the girls was
we
like...
don't know what strip club
it's going to be in the movie.
And it's going to be in the movie. It's fine.
It's going to be in the movie?
I don't know. No.
You don't know?
The autobiography?
It's not... The part of it... Can we move on? Let's roll the balls again. Let's roll Stan's balls again.
Hashtag... Oh.
That's a one-man game. Listen. All right, we'll move on then. Let's go to another aspect of your life. TNSN DVSN. Holy crap, that's a mouthful.
Wait, what?
Is that still...
TF?
You do design, right?
Oh, Tension Division. I did a contract gig with those guys for like 2 months, and so I was their project manager. And they came to a close because they're like, "Hey, we don't really need you," and I was like, "Cool." So I just started this week at Big C Design and Marketing in downtown St. Pete. So I'm doing marketing coordinating for them.
Marketing court.
I'm a marketing coordinator. Is my title there.
But design. So I mean, what? Because you. I don't know how to explain this. Like, you've been doing this a long time, and I see, like, you help me put out the little flyer, the extra, you know what I mean, type of thing.
Yeah.
So you have an eye for that type of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm not like a PRO. Like, I wouldn't consider myself a graphic designer by any means, but I, like, fuck around with that program I showed you and try
I got you. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so you're not really into design. You're more into the marketing part of it.
I think design's a huge part of marketing, so I try to, like, be up on it. And I used to sell, like, website design and graphic design and stuff, so you kind of have to know to speak the language, so... Yeah.
Screw off, Michael Grotto. Stan, I got your mouthful right here. Shut up. He's not kidding.
My phone died. I can't look at the people anymore.
But how long... So let's get to the nitty-gritty. How long you been doing comedy?
On and off since, like, 2012, 2013. But I've been hitting it hard, like, the last 2 years. So.
And, like, what drove you to start actually putting shows on and promoting other comics and doing these type of things?
I've always been really into entertainment. I used to work with a lot of bands and stuff, and I did a lot of booking for music. And I think it all... Well, I did a mic with Will Kuntz back in the day, an open mic, and that was my taste of that. And again, I did some shows and stuff, and then I ended up working at Iberian Rooster, where we had 7 nights a week. We had entertainment. So that's when I started that Iberian mic, and then obviously, like, shows come with that. So I'm putting on music shows. I wanted to get the comics involved. So,
which ones are harder to organize, the music or comedy?
It all depends. I mean, like, music shows are hard because you've got equipment and load-ins, and it's like comics. I mean, you just hope that they show up on time.
It's more about the light.
Yeah.
Right?
Other than that, like, I feel like music shows can be a little more difficult when you got...
Which ones are harder to get people to when you're dealing with local talent?
Lately, I feel like I haven't had to do shit, which is great for comedy because we've built up Fat Tuesday night so well that people just show up regardless whether there's a showcase or not.
Really solid every Tuesday.
Yeah, like I feel like we've almost have the same amount of people turn out for a mic as they do a show. So music shows I've just had bad luck with recently because it's like getting venues and, you know, cooperation of promo with the venue and bands.
If you had to put your finger on
on Ricky.
The reason for...
That was more than one.
But on, like you said recently, you know, after working on that Iberian show, you're starting to develop. You don't have to do much anymore. People are showing up. Because
it's kind of on autopilot at this point. And the same thing you're asking about flyers or whatever. It's like once you get in a rhythm of like, okay, I usually do it this way. It's just easy to kind of.
But what do you attribute? Like, what did you learn as you were doing it that you think you changed and caused that to happen?
What do you mean, like more people showing up?
Like, how did you get more people to end up showing up?
I think consistency is huge. Like doing any event at any venue, like I get triggered when like business owners, we did one thing, that didn't turn out, so that's it. It's like, it took 2 years to get where we're at with Iberian. Like consistently, first I think we were doing it like every other, and then it got successful, so we did it every Tuesday. But like for your audience and for your just general population to know something's going on, you can't do it 2 times and expect it to just take off. So it's consistency. So
and you have good talent because you have a lot of respect around this area with the comics. Is that true, Ricky?
Yeah, like there's the talent pool is pretty deep, and too, I think like she said with consistency, like comics. I mean, we're stage whores in the end, but we don't want to like Tuesdays. Like it's a good night. There, 2 or 3 different mics you could go to, but if you're going to get the same turnout at one place consistently, you're going to get that bigger talent and more talented people want to go there because there's more audience members.
And like you, obviously, when you're an up and coming comic, you have to do open mics. If you don't, then you're stagnant.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're not even learning yourself. You're not learning your jokes. You're not learning stage presence. You know what I mean? You have to do them. Like even Cam, go out there. When he first came in here 7 nights a week, the kid's out doing something. You know what I mean? That's when you can't do that. But the harder you do it and the more you do it, how often do you do open mics? I mean, I realize you have a real life, but I mean, as often as you can.
Yeah, whenever. Like if I have the energy to go out and do it, like you have to do it. Like it's you gotta keep the gears oiled and stuff with it, and especially like when you're starting out, like a lot of that is you're developing stage presence on there, and it's not necessarily about the jokes. It's you develop who you are, and you can write the jokes better because you know how to write them for yourself.
So getting comfortable on stage is number one, and then it'll be easier for you to write jokes, right? Because you're more comfortable up there,
right? Yeah, you're organic. That's the audience relates to that. They want you to seem natural while you're up there.
Was that difficult for you to overcome, or were you just naturally okay on stage? Were you comfortable up there?
God, no, I was awful when I first started out. Yeah, still am, but
shut up.
No, like it took a lot for me to like even after like I got to a point where like enough people told me I was funny and I felt that I was funny. I still didn't have that confidence up there. Like I have it now, but it took a while to get up there. Some people nail it from the very beginning, and some people it takes them a while. It's just you got to want to do it and stick with it. If it's something you want to do. If not,
that's weird at first, right? When people start coming up to you and, dude, you're hilarious. You're this, and. Like at first, you don't know how to take that. Is that right? Is it a little uncomfortable, or were you like, goddamn right, I'm hilarious right from the get?
Yeah, well,
I'll let you answer that first.
Yeah, both of you answer it.
It's one of those things. I don't know. Like I hate people, so like
most comics do. Is the
fact?
Yeah, I mean it's like whether I don't know if you're genuine or not. So like if I don't know you, I don't know whether to believe what you're saying to me or not. Like for all I know, you think I'm funny, or you might want something from me later. That's why you're saying it. I don't. I've seen people say, "Hey, nice set" to other people, and they weren't even inside the building when they were on stage.
Are you serious?
It's crazy.
I do that to everybody.
I'm
sorry.
It's funny though. You're right. Comics or even most bands, like there's only one member that actually wants to go out there and socialize. The rest
It's
of them,
creatives. It's creatives in general. They have that like weird left brain, right?
Yeah, people
brain.
in the entertainment business just kind of want to be left alone. I mean, like they're not mad at you for coming up to them, but they're not coming to you by any means.
And that's the thing is, a lot of times it can come off as like arrogance and cockiness when really there's like social anxiety ridden people that like you said, they're not going to come approach you.
I mean, what do you say? Like, yeah,
right.
Well, honestly, it's sometimes like at Fest, I thought I like totally bombed on the Sunday show, and I had people stacked in the audience, and I had friends laughing and whatever, but I just like did not. You know, you just don't feel good about a set, and you're just like, that wasn't my best. I didn't feel good about that, and like. I went in the bathroom and this girl chased me in the bathroom with a pen, and she's like, you are so good and my husband does it, and she just like made my day. Like if that girl didn't approach me, because like some people are too cool or don't want to approach you or think that you don't want them to approach you, so she made my day, and then she got me really high in the bathroom. So after that I was good to go. But sometimes it's nice, you need those, especially when you feel like you did a shitty job, you know. And I think it's important.
Dogs can sneeze.
You've never seen a sneezing dog?
No,
we've all jumped. Like,
not today.
I think it's important too for other comics to support other comics, and I've been trying to do more of that lately. Like compliment people in a genuine way, and like list the joke that I liked, list how they've grown or whatever it may be. Like be very specific, and I think that's genuine. Like it's not obviously
because then that goes with what he's saying, where they're just coming up and they weren't even in the building.
Right.
When you do that, then they know you were actually listening to it and value what you're saying.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It means something to them.
Well, there's a trust factor too. Like if people that have been around long enough and you develop relationships and you respect another comic, like you'll trust them enough to tell them, for them to tell you if something you're not doing right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, if that obviously if somebody doesn't know somebody, you don't want to give negative advice,
right,
and if you do, then there's something else wrong with you.
There's a way to say without being a dick. Like I've been approached obviously by all facets of communication, but like when it's like, hey, I liked this. Like Katie did it to me the other night. She goes, I see someone, and you did too. You pull me aside and you said, one of those jokes, I want to hear more about this part and like expand on that. And it's like it's super constructive and it's helpful. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't think to open that up. Like let me go there and do that. Like
but if I don't know you, don't give me constructive criticism
that part
or something, because
or if I know you and you suck dicks, don't come give me constructive criticism.
And that's funny because one of the band members in one of my favorite bands in this area actually put a post out there like, don't come to me with your bullshit, basically. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want your unsolicited opinions.
Right.
You know, I will accept opinions from people that I trust. Basically, the whole thing was he's over people coming up there going, well, if you would have done this, bitch, pick up a guitar. You can't even play a goddamn guitar, and you're trying to tell me how to do it.
It's that goddamn orange button, man. You're never gonna do it.
It's frustrating too when people have criticisms about open mics. Well, specifically people that don't do comedy at all because they want to say something. I'm like, yo, you're not even funny and you don't even know what you're doing, so shut up. But then,
have you actually said that to anybody?
I'm sure. Are you serious? Of course I have.
I will. That's why I believe it.
But like mics are a sacred space and it's a place where you're supposed to be working shit out, and like that's why sometimes I do like those really weird intimate rooms that are just comics, like because it's almost like a workshop and people can like feed off each other and give some feedback. And like when people are like, oh well, you looked at your notebook. Yeah, it's an open mic. Like, what? Come see me at the fucking Improv and then tell me not to look at my notes. But like,
but
what?
I've seen people like who was it? Britt Terhune. He actually has his phone on stage, and that's not going to slam.
Oh,
yep, I did. Yep, the latch is there. It's fine.
Do you want me to keep it open?
It's fine.
Okay.
Britt Terhune was on stage, and he pulled his phone out to pull information. And I've seen a couple people pull their phone out as headliners or as actual.
I've seen him do it on stage on shows.
Correct.
Like, yeah.
I just hosted a week at Side Splitters with Brent. Did
he do the same thing with his Facebook friend?
No, he did not pull his phone out. Not that week.
His Facebook neighbor. That was his whole bit. So he started reading her tweets and how
that's funny.
They were. Facebook tweets, but you get it.
No, he didn't. Yeah, no, he didn't do that one.
That's why I love going to open mics to watch you guys, because after meeting you originally and then going to them and watching you work them out and then seeing you at Improv and the final result, that's so much fun to watch that whole process take place, because you hear the first one when you do it. And then you go to these open mics and see how you're manipulating it, and then to hear the phenomenal end result. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I watched Steve Miller when we first started doing this. He was doing that sleep apnea, you know what I mean? And it was the same thing. It was, well, he shortened it, he's fine. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Or you get those tags or whatever, yeah. And it's exciting to see, like, our peers do it, too. Because it's like, I heard you when you first started with this thing, and then, now it's grown, and, like, we can
or how you realize that you can't get rid of that joke, but you kind of fine-tune it and shorten it.
Right.
So that, you know what I mean? Because the people that have heard it a million times have heard it a million times. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you're doing the open mic, what tells you I need to change this joke? Because
people not laughing.
Yeah, but who's at
an open mic?
Open mics?
The comics and me. That's who's at an open mic.
Depends on the open mic, but
yeah, that's what, or like referencing earlier, consistency and having crowds and stuff. Because too, like you don't want to get in a habit of writing your jokes for the comics. That kind of
yeah. Other comics have said that you're not writing it for the comics.
It gets too inside baseball too. You got to make sure it's like you said, not just speaking to the women in the crowd, not just speaking to the comics. It's like make sure that a universal crowd's going to get it. But yeah, I mean, if you've done a joke and you keep doing it, and you think you're fucking hilarious, but you've tweaked it, you've tagged it, you've done the thing, and it just doesn't land at the Improv open mic, at Iberian's open mic, at Deneen, then it's probably a shitty joke, Yeah,
it's either shitty or you've told it enough times, and I mean, there's only going to be a certain amount of new people at shows. So I mean, if it's going to be 75% comics that have already heard that joke, I mean, they're already pretty subjective as it is,
right?
But it's, I don't know, I've seen some, like Sophia did this last night where I just saw her at the Flynn show, and then she was doing some of the similar jokes at Pokey's, and like the room at Pokey's was so weird, but it's like hearing your favorite song. You sing along because you know the words. It's like when you know that punchline's coming up and that's one of your friend's favorite jokes, you're like, yeah, exactly. You might have heard it a million times, but it's still funny because it's a good fucking joke, so.
Yeah, I might tell a joke that haven't told it at an open mic in a while,
right?
Just like
a throwback.
Knock the rust off or something with it, because if you haven't used it, then but especially too if you're an older joke, if you're punching it up,
or it could be relevant now. The topic could come back in,
right? But as far as like watching open mic comedy, it's like watching your favorite athlete. You get to see them at the pro level, and you get to watch them at the college level. But you don't get to see them in like high school. So this is like finally getting to watch high schoolers.
Or it's like going to a Bucks practice as opposed to the actual football game.
You know what's dope though? It's funny putting that perspective. It's like
I love high schoolers.
High school Bucks practice
is
a lot.
He wants to watch high school, middle schoolers, and elementary schoolers.
Hey,
we're taking this weird.
Whoa!
But like at open mics, it's humbling
people too
because you'll see like your favorite dude who might be headlining all the fucking time bomb, and it makes me feel better sometimes. I don't know. It's like, I mean, we're all in this together, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like sometimes shows, like especially the Improv, where it's a room of people ready to laugh, they're there for comedy, it's like it's not a hard audience to please, like in the big room, and then you see those dudes that kill that stage, like come bomb at my mic. It's
George
great.
Stevenson says it depends on the audience. Sometimes no laughter means it's really funny.
Right.
Now, I've seen that with Elijah. He's performing. I'm fucking dying, and I'm looking around, and it's blank faces. You know what I mean? But I think it was the room. It had to be the room because it was hilarious.
I tell a lot of people all the time, like, yo, you gotta dumb that down. Like, people are fucking stupid. Like, and
they don't come there to think.
Wait,
but
what?
he's a very smart writer. Like, I tell people they have to dumb their jokes down. Like, I see what you did there. I was explaining it.
Let's see what you didn't do there.
I smoked the thing. No, Elijah's a very smart writer, and a lot of stuff goes over people's heads. So it's like
And that's how I felt about Tommy when I first went to see him. Was he was writing smart jokes? You know what I mean? Like, he's like.
I was told a joke from a third party that Tommy had said when he was like 15 or 16. I'm not going to say the joke because it's Tommy's joke and I don't want to butcher it, but it's a genius joke that he wrote and he told on stage at an open mic at a comedy club at 16 years old. And when you hear about somebody saying something like that, you're like, you're going to see promise from somebody like that. And he's a good writer.
Yeah, he is. I mean, and that's one step of it, which is what we were talking about. Writing is one thing. Performing, it's another thing. Engaging the crowd is not that he's not doing that. I'm saying, but those are all steps in the process.
And then there's this like whole third element of like likability and presence, and it's like everything in between the lines. Like I saw Katie McCoy do this last night, and same thing. I'm cracking up, and I feel like everybody around me like doesn't know what to do with her. But her awkward pauses and her glances around the room and just her mannerisms, like that to me is like almost funnier than the joke sometimes. Like she's so good. Like
it's funny you say that because we went to see Jonas with Jeff Louis and a bunch of them, and it was in a room that wasn't very conducive to comedy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Is it a hookah lounge?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to throw them out, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
no, I just know
you couldn't hear them anyway.
They're always high at the hookah lounge.
Right.
I love the cackling of like the hookah lounge when you're doing jokes. Just any of
the bubbling. Yeah. They're all like high on their coffee.
Oh, way louder than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is more like falling wood and noise everywhere.
Don't touch me.
But you're putting a comedy show on. You're allowing all this noise so you can't hear the comic. Jonas goes up there, sits on a stool with his phone. Didn't say a word for like 4 minutes, and I'm like,
I love him.
We're getting it. We're cracking up. He's looking at the phone. He's texting me. How am I doing? I'm like,
yo, I miss him so much.
So
did he keep a solid face the whole time? Or?
I turned. I showed that shit to David Wayne. I'm like.
Last night I stood on a chair at Pokey's because the fucking crowd was so loud, and I got on, like, I'm awkwardly stumbling up there, and I was like, yeah, I know you can't hear there's comedy going on, but now maybe you can see it. And I just like talked to the 4 people in the front that were actually paying attention, and it was one of those moves of like, this could either be really obnoxious or this could work, but
and that's a risk you run a lot of times, isn't it? This is either going to work or it's not going to work.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of one or the other with comedy, isn't it? Or no? Is there a middle ground?
There's definitely some safe shit, and that's what I don't think you want to fall into. That's when you're just being lazy.
You say get her done, right?
You get her done. It's just hacky and lazy, and like, yeah.
You got to be in the moment. Like you're dealing with a live audience, so you never know what's going to happen. Like I think it was Anthony Jeselnik's Caligula special when you could hear like an ambulance or something go by, and he just said, "That's how hard I'm killing."
That's funny.
Yeah, that's quick.
I had an ambulance. I didn't know that happened. I had an ambulance go by at Fest on Saturday, and I stopped because it threw me off, and it was just super fucking loud. And I was like, "Yep, that guy's here too, part of the show." Like whatever, because you've got to reference what's going on. Like I don't know,
address the elephant in the room, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah. But sometimes you have to be careful with that because with hecklers. Like, if you address them sometimes, you can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then it's just a mess. You know what I mean?
You got to keep control. Mm-hmm. You got to stay in control.
Like Rio. Shut up! Back of the room.
I've taken both approaches because it depends on what the person's doing. As a host, sometimes, like, my job is to play, like, bouncer for the comics, so they have a stage and a space, so it's hard to be too nice, because I'm like, yo, remember, you're at an open mic, so, like, but you still don't want to kill the energy of the room either, so it's, there's definitely a line to walk with that, like.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like. I just hate it. If you're coming to see comedy, shut up. You know what I mean? If you're just doing an open mic in a bar, there are people who are coming in and they have no idea what they're walking into.
Right.
You kind of have to deal with the circumstances you put yourself in.
Right.
But if you're doing a show that's set up that is announced as comedy, and you're coming there for that, have some respect.
Well, too, I'm pretty sure that they said, I don't want to misquote them, but Patrice O'Neill said, it's not my job to deal with the hecklers. Like if the audience or whatever, they need to make sure that they leave. Like that's like I'm here to do my thing. That's if they're messing up the show, then I'm not kicking anybody out.
Right.
It's there. They need to kick them out.
But to not acknowledge it, it's like I've seen some of the funniest moments happen at shows because, like you said, it's in the moment things are happening. Like
you definitely deal with it.
Yeah, how people deal with it, and sometimes they're harmless. It'll be just some drunk girl in the front that felt like she connected with that one joke or that thing, and then they're good. But then sometimes they the other night. Were you there Tuesday when dude was yelling at them, and he's like either be quiet or get the fuck in. And he was like, and unfortunately,
it was one of my favorite lines ever. There was a guy was really mad at a female and yelling at her for being loud, and then a manager says. He chimes in and he's like, "Hey, calm down." And he's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm the manager." And he said, "Well, then manage the fucking place."
I love
That's the greatest thing. And he goes, "I am." He goes, "Thank you. I would appreciate it." And then he got really quiet and calm.
That's hilarious.
It was great.
The dude that was yelling at the girl,
said
that.
He said, "Well, then manage the fucking place."
Oh my god, I used to bang that guy.
The yeller or the manager? Or the girl?
The manager's gay, so we didn't bang. Not the girl, the guy that was yelling at the people. And so I wanted to curl inside myself and die. And John Jacobs is loving it. He's like, that's great! Because at one point he's yelling at the girl. He was like, shut up or get handled. And he like does fight like for a living. So that was interesting. I'm like, are you threatening the girl? So then I'm like, my feminism versus like the hosting the comedy thing. I'm like, you can't threaten her, but she does need to shut up. Maybe she should get handled. I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna die.
I'm gonna handle this shit.
Well, that's when Timothy Gorgevich, Chiricoggle of.
Whoa!
I never even try his whole.
He was on stage during this, and he said hit her already.
Yeah, of course he did. Of course,
everybody loved it because that's how.
She was
loud,
right?
And annoying.
Right, because everyone hit her. He just meant,
But that's a perfect,
He probably meant it,
perfect example of being in the moment too. Like, I mean, you could kind of almost see that. I mean, the situation was like, but it's
and that's the
how
thing
you
is,
deliver it too.
Dude yelling at the girl to shut up was being louder than the girl at one point, so it was just that counteractive, like, you know.
It's like yelling at your dog to stop barking.
And you're
at one point, the dog's barking is way less intrusive than you yelling at it to tell it to stop.
So, but Tim handled it like a PRO. So, one thing you said earlier that I wanted to comment to, you're talking about like hitting mics and getting into it, and it's like, I was going to say it's kind of like a snowball effect. I think first you have to like get your feet wet with mics, but just last night, like the people that showed up to support the Flynn show and then went to Pokey's after, it's like real recognizes real. Like other comics are seeing who's coming out and supporting and who might not have been booked, but they still came out to be there, and it's like that's when you start getting booked. And then once you start getting booked, then you're getting more experience. So you got to go to shows, or not shows, to go to mics to like practice for that show that you're going to be on, and it like unfolds from that.
But it gives you the inspiration to want to go to mics.
Right.
And it gives you a reason to want to go and
to practice.
Like, there's hope. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so Michael Grotto says George Carlin is pretty good with the hecklers, and then Gio says Bill Burr. I've never actually heard Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, he's really good at just opening his fucking mouth.
He's got the legendary Philadelphia thing. Well, no, that's
there was it was a 30-minute set where they booed him in like the first 3 or 5 minutes, and for the next 25 minutes he's just like, "Fuck you, Philadelphians. Fuck you, yeah, heckle me," and just like fucking just spewed shit off.
They were all totally on board with it. Because they booed, and everybody before, like, it wasn't set up for comedy very well, and then so he got up there and he was like, how dare you, like, you know, do to all these other comedy greats. He's like, fuck Philadelphia, and he went down the time too. He was like, I've still got 10 minutes. Fuck you. It was like, the Eagles suck.
The Eagles suck.
You'll never win a Super Bowl. But she was wrong.
That is funny.
Oh my god, that is. So I don't mean to do this, but man, you guys are too much fun. You're too easy to do this with. We're running out of time.
Aww.
We got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to play another stupid fucking game.
Okay.
And then after that, we're going to talk about the show, The 8th, a little bit. And then if you guys have anything you want to talk about, share any of that, let us know.
Okay.
Let them know. We'll get them out there. We will get them out there. You know that. Let's make it happen. Bill Burr is the king. He's shit on everyone. Philadelphia incident was amazing. And Grotto love it. They love you guys. Who doesn't love you guys?
Let's do something, Ricky.
I don't love me.
There's a podcast studio upstairs at my new job. We could start a podcast on a night that they're not doing a podcast.
That would be great.
Yeah, who does podcasts?
Actually, we did it tonight. You still get watchers because no one's watching this.
Yeah, we have
3 people.
Here we go.
19. All right,
your
take a
phone's
break.
dead.
Bye. Yeah, coming
Break.
up next is Stan's next game.
Break.
Coming up next is break.
Don't worry about segues.
I like it. You guys are the best. Do you recycle? I'm smashing these beers.
you think, right? Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is so... It's funny because I always tell people, oh, listen to high school was across Hillsborough. And I ride my bike through the alleys and shit. Still seeing dead bodies. You're like, I think they got it. You know what? It's just like Stand By Me. As long as it seems me not
All the truth that I never fortune told.
This is Mike Grotto.
This is Darren Doxey from Groove Raps.
You are listening to
The Kevin Holly Show.
Just kidding. Open Mic Live. Check it.
They put waters there.
I forgot we had another Open Mic Live. Kevin Holly. Jesus Christ. You're listening to the best of
Kevin Holly Show.
Go.
So welcome back. So last time you guys were here, we played Stanley Feud, right?
I remember Stanley.
Yeah, we gave it a break. So I'm trying other stupid games because none of it really matters, right? Like you said, where's the I don't give a shit button? That's what most people push when we're doing this. So what I did was I picked 3 states and found laws that were only laws in each one of those.
Oh, just like FM
And
stations.
you have to
do.
decide.
Same
I'll
game.
kill
You
them
still.
fuckers. You have to decide which state that's a law in.
It's obviously
pretty fucking-
Florida.
It's much simpler than it is.
Oh, I'm going to be really good at this. Yeah.
So, I didn't give you this. Anyway,
I got it.
This week's states are Oregon, Tennessee, and Oklahoma.
I got it, Stan. I'm ahead of you.
Oregon,
Aren't those all
Tennessee-
the same state?
What's that?
It's all the same thing.
They're all the same
They're
thing?
the same thing.
All right, so the first one's worth 5 points. One may not test their physical endurance while driving a car on a highway.
Oh, so no over the top, right?
So now here's the thing is,
Tennessee.
it has to be actually in the law. You know what I mean? Like some part of the wording, it can't just be a paraphrase. Because there's a lot of that. You said Tennessee? We have Tennessee.
What was the thing again?
One may not test their physical endurance while driving a car on the highway.
Yeah, have you ever tried to drive across Tennessee?
It's all physical endurance.
It's unbearable. It's like a 10-hour drive to go through that state. It's horrible.
What's Texas? If you cross that, it's like 24 hours, I hear.
Yeah, I stopped at Dallas. I was like, we're living here.
No,
What's wrong with you?
So it's Tennessee, Oregon, or...
Oregon, Tennessee, or Oklahoma?
You're all wrong.
No, it's one of them.
Josh says Oklahoma. Hugh says Oregon. Snook says Oregon.
Unless it's one of them old laws with a Sooner.
It's all old laws.
Okay, it must be a Sooner then. I might switch to Oklahoma or you know what? I might say Oregon too.
We have 3 Oklahomas, 2 Oregons, and a.
You can't say all 3.
And yes, you have all 3.
I'm gonna
you got it
switch
right.
to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I know. Just
Tennessee. We'll
there
just...
you go.
Nobody ever saw Over the Top or Sylvester Stallone's doing curls. Yeah, that's right.
Billy Press says all
wrestler.
answers Florida. Pretty much everyone says Oklahoma. Looks like.
JJ Curry's watching.
JJ, love that guy.
JJ.
You never heard JJ Curry?
I was just sitting here. Oh, shit.
Anyway, all right, it was Oregon.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
It's
All right.
Oregon.
you were wrong.
Number 2, worth 5 points. Any person who participates in a duel may not hold any public office in the state. Anyone who participates in a duel may not hold public office.
Does sexual assault count as a duel?
Depends if it was 2 dudes.
Did she take off her gloves?
Oh my God.
Smack them with them. I challenge you to a duel.
Oregon. We're going to go with Oregon because you got Portland and they're hippies, and we're just going to go with Oregon.
JJ says Tennessee. Billy Pratt says Tennessee.
Oklahoma.
Ricky says Oklahoma.
Sounds like a pew pew.
A pew pew.
Pew, pew, pew. I challenge you to a duel. Pew, pew, pew.
Pow!
My pal was better than his pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
No, you pewed when you should have powed.
Just Bob Dylan. Yeah, you pew.
Pewed when he should have pound. Bro, that's bad.
Jesus Christ. Grotto says Tennessee. Amberly says Tennessee. Gio says origami. A duel can consist of using blunt objects.
That's right, like the butt of the pistol, so you can, if you run out of...
Yeah, but that's only if it's Friday night and there was nothing to do in town. they let two guys go at it like
I mean,
that.
it was Oklahoma. What do you expect?
That's what we do after Iberian's over.
Because
Just a duel.
and let's be honest, they're
Dueling.
men because women are smart enough probably to not do that.
We have to go with
I mean,
that.
are they though?
My wife's a genius.
Is she though?
Shoot another what? Another person? Yeah.
Yourself doesn't count, though.
Oh, well, also, yeah.
All right.
Murder suicide's a thing. Come on.
Tennessee is the answer. That's 5 points. Next one. You ready? Am I ready?
I'm not that quick. So yeah.
All right. The definition of dumb animal includes every living creature. The definition of dumb animal includes every
This is in a law?
living. This is the one I'm going to read. Yes. I make sure there are laws. Like I make
Right,
sure
but
it's
that's
not
a silly
some
law.
kind of thing.
So the law is the
I go in and find the
definition.
statute.
But the law is the definition of a dumb animal.
Is every living creature.
That's okay. Why is that a law?
I
That's
know.
just a statement.
It's in the fucking. Shut
I
up.
get it, but it's
I feel like
just a
it should be in a
statement.
greater context of
We
the
got
law.
Oregon, Oklahoma.
When referring to,
It's a damn dumbass came on Open Mic Live.
I'm gonna get
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
sure, yeah, Oklahoma.
Somebody
sounds good.
probably tried to leave some inheritance to a dog, and they were like,
That's a
they
dumb
don't
animal.
have the mental capacity for that.
And so is Nathaniel, our third son. So all living creatures. Fuck that.
the dog and Nathaniel are the same.
I say that I should get to keep the kids in the divorce because my ex was an animal.
A dumb one.
But was she a dumb animal?
No, not me
See, then it
personally.
doesn't count.
Is she a living creature?
No, not me personally. I just like that's what you could say.
Oh,
JJ says
I
Oklahoma.
forgot you were backtracking. My bad.
Yeah.
Shit ton of Oklahomas. Go ahead.
Dude,
Just do it.
I'm not that quick. Don't ask
Tennessee.
her.
Can't
My
do this,
strategy's
boys.
to
All right, so here we go,
not
real
care.
quick. So in this part of the thing, in every law relating to or affecting animals, the words animal or dumb animal shall be held to include every living creature. The words torture, torment, or cruelty shall be held to include every act, omission, or neglect whereby unjustifiable physical pain.
Why were you laughing during that part? Is what I'd like to know. That's the funny part of all this. The
Kinda.
torturing of the animals. That's the. That's,
That they actually had to write a law for it is kind of sick.
Sad.
Yeah.
But why are they calling them dumb? You know, like
That's what I'm saying. Why would that terminology literally be in your statute?
Like that's specific.
You know what that means? At some point, somebody said, "Well, he's right. It's not in here."
Right? I mean, that's kind of like the.
And then they lobbied for it.
Let him out.
Like, can we beat the dog if he's dumb? Is that okay or not?
Like somebody changed the law.
But yeah, I guess it's kind of like the disclaimers at the bottom of a drug ad. You know what I mean? Every time one of those things happens, you have to add it to the list.
Or every time there's a warning label on like WD-40 that
Like, don't drink this. Yeah.
That happened.
Wait, it's not.
No, there's a warning label on it.
Clean
What if
your
it's with a
genitals.
sex robot?
Oh, then that's mandatory.
Yeah.
That's just lubricant
right.
for the
But do you
robot.
spray yourself or do you spray that?
Dude, I don't know.
I want the answer. All right. Number 4. While it is legal to serve alcohol in a pool hall,
Wait, did we say what state that was?
Yeah, it's Florida.
I gave you guys points anyways. Doesn't matter. While it is legal to serve alcohol in a pool hall, all intoxicated persons must leave the premises. So they can serve beer, but you're not allowed to drink it. You're not allowed to get drunk, basically.
Oh, no, you can't get drunk and stay.
Right.
So you can have a drink.
At whose discretion?
Right. Well,
It's where you, what do you,
the accountant.
yeah, everybody after every drink you got to blow into this tube. But
Yeah, we call
After
it
every
time.
drink, I blow into a tube.
but in St. Pete, there's no
Fuck.
straws, so there's just one tube everybody's sharing.
Right. They call it
Don't share
time.
tubes.
Billy says
Do
Oklahoma.
you know about sharing a lot of tubes?
Snook says
I said
Oregon,
something about blowing into tubes.
Tennessee,
You missed
Oregon,
it.
Oregon.
The whole thing. I did.
There's a tube buyback program too coming up. So
Tube buyback program.
What the hell does that mean?
We're not sure.
It's just like the heroin needle buyback program.
Yeah, the tube buyback is where you can get the lap band from that busted in Kirstie Alley's. When she
Can you use WD-40 on that too?
You have to.
Right.
I'm looking at Shannon to see if I should be laughing at this shit because I have no idea.
Because she knows.
I am the mecca of funny.
I'm glad you said that.
I'm just 3 beers deep and hanging out. I don't know what to tell you.
Ashley says, Shannon, you don't need drinks for that.
Drinks for blowing into
Well,
a
it's
tube.
legal for us to serve alcohol here, but all intoxicated persons must leave the premises. It's just like a convenience store. They sell it there, but you can't drink on the property.
Mhm.
Get drunk.
It's like your mom's house.
So aggressive.
That was pretty aggressive.
All right, this is
No.
Jesus Christ.
What?
It was Oklahoma. Are we on the last one yet? Jesus Christ.
I don't care.
Number 5, let's do it.
No, we have 7 more.
Why don't we do some math while we're at it? Let's
math.
Common Core, bitches.
Jesus Christ.
I think this is taking longer than it took for you to look up the laws.
It feels like it.
You felt really. You look hurt.
Somebody's busting your
Aw,
shit game.
seems like I liked my thing.
I'm just kidding. I don't have feelings. You can't hurt this shit.
Let's play Truth or Dare and catch shit on fire.
I finally
All right, this
agree
game's
with
over.
you.
All new game on Open Mic Live. Catch shit on fire. We're going to make this the last one because I'm
Truth or
over this
fire.
shit.
All right.
Improper opening or leaving. Wait, I fucking read
No,
this.
I did a door on a car may be left open longer than necessary.
A door on a car may not be
May
left
not
open.
be. Oh.
Don't worry about my car door. You know?
Once they passed that law, then that's when kids started staying in cars too long and overheating.
Yeah. Like, hey, Billy, I'm gonna pop this open. Go in the Jiffy store.
Crack. Sorry.
For real. You're right.
Go ahead.
That's a good point. 6. What the hell?
666. Where's Marilyn Manson's ribs?
Down the floor.
On the floor. Thank you. Oh, that's yours.
You done yet? Did you have a winner?
Yeah, we
Propping
have-
doors.
Oklahoma.
Okay. We're done.
Okay.
We have a winner?
Oakland is he.
Winner is
Me.
Billy Pratt wins with 35. Woo! You win. You win my voice on your CD.
Easy win.
Not this voice.
Oh,
This voice sucks.
it sounds just like a single.
I was going to cancel this shit because I can't talk.
I want to cancel it now.
I want
I started an accident still. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk with you guys a little bit about the show coming up in December, and then a little bit more about you guys. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
You sit on so anxious by the telephone. Don't know how all your deep-seated feelings so come over. Let me
A special thank you to Tacos Gone Mobile for all of the food and love they provide for our guests. Tacos Gone Mobile has the greatest authentic Mexican food anywhere. They can be found at 1309 East Fletcher Avenue and the University Mall Food Court.
Coma en el único lugar con mexicanos reales y sin paredes, Tacos Gone Mobile.
This is Ricky Hicken coming at you with more action than Thursday Night Football, but with more penalties. This is Open Mic Live. Tune in 7 to 9 Thursdays.
Show.
Yeah. That was at the end, though. That was at the end.
No biting.
And it was a show by myself outside of you two. Like there's a lot of energy. lot.
So here's the thing: is welcome back, everybody. Again, we are in the studio with Ricky Hicken. Say what's up.
What's up?
Shannon Kelly. Say what's up.
Hello.
Mike.
Hi.
Until I heard you making noise as I was going in the other room, I forgot about Full Harmo. Full Harmo.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not there.
It was your segment.
I'm not here.
I'm not either.
So anyway, Full Harmo. I don't know.
Most wanted to.
Is
Are we
Mike
looking to promote our people first?
Yeah, Mike's been taking harmonica lessons.
You take lessons from harmonica.
Please tell me you found your teacher on Craigslist.
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's actually the co-writer of a book sitting right over there.
He was a Seminole Heights killer.
Have you
Big
ever
ass book about harmonica. That's a real thing with a case.
I love the fact that she's
True.
right.
That's like the kazoo.
You can cheer while he's playing. We can make this shit happen.
Dude, I'm into the semi-amateur harmonica.
World Star.
Yeah, it's where people playing harmonica get attacked on World Star.
So he's been learning.
Dude, that's a huge ass harmonica too. That's
He hasn't been doing
That's
very
what
long. We're tracking his progress.
We're tracking his progress.
So each week he's going to show us how far he's come in the harmonica world.
Okay.
And then after that, he's going to show us. No,
we've changed things a little bit. So I'm just going to do one quick thing for you, and that'll be it.
So hopefully,
that's what he said.
When this is all over, he will be good and we'll remember how bad he was, or we'll just stop doing a segment like a bad joke.
Okay, I like it.
Full Harmo, Mike Tyree, show him what you made of.
All right. So this week I had a new nephew born on Tuesday, and I figured this is a pretty good song to learn because I can play it for everybody. Here we go.
Gio says that's one big goddamn harmonica.
That's right. Go big or go home.
It's so soothing.
That was the saddest happy birthday. It just like that was some bluesy shit. That got me in my core.
His birthday was last weekend. We celebrated his birthday here, and actually there was 3 of them out there playing instruments.
Yep, I was playing.
Mike
bass.
was playing the bass.
You play bass? Well,
actually, pretty well.
I took guitar and bass lessons for 7 years, and I suck at everything.
She just found out last week she's left-handed, so
Yeah.
I was pretty buzzed, and I started playing The Lion King in the Jungle, and then I just gave up and was like, no, you guys finish. I was like, I don't want to do this no more.
Can we talk about me getting attacked by the dog? Like, no one's even cares.
Oh, he loves you. Camo!
Trying to eat me.
Barking Dog Studios. All right. I'm going to
That
go
was
ahead
pretty
and
dope, though,
go
Mike.
through our
You're doing a
friends
good
real
job.
quick.
Thank you.
Is that okay?
What happened?
I'm going to go through our friends real quick. All right, so these are our friends and family out there with other shows. On Tuesday nights and from 9 to 11, and Saturday nights from 8 to 10 is the show with no name. The show with no name, Whitey Ford, who won the first game, is the host. The show with no name on the No Name Network. Check them out. They're stoned, they're confusing, and they're from Canada. Actually, one of them's from Canada. So on Wednesday nights, we'll come back to that. On Friday nights is Spicoli TV. Spicoli TV is one of the
Helping me.
Oh, okay.
Spicoli TV is one of the best podcasts around. This guy's been doing it forever. He used to work with Kelta. He's, you know what I mean? And he's very good at what he does. He's got a great co-host, a lot like this show. I mean, it's hilarious. The shit's fun. It's just random bullshit. They play clips, but they have better equipment. They've been doing it a lot longer, and they have money. We need money. SpicoliTV.com.
I've been telling you that too.
Friday nights from 9 to 11.
We're going to get Smitty over here. That's how we're getting the money.
Back to Wednesdays. Have you guys ever heard of Kevin Holly?
Mm-hmm.
You have?
Mm-hmm. He's got the profile picture of the guy falling off the bridge.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Wednesday nights.
I hope it's Kevin.
From 8 to 11 is the Kevin Holly Show. One of my best friends in the area as far as this shit goes. The guy's phenomenal. He's trying to do the same thing we are. He's trying to get the comics and the bands out there and start promoting them and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Richie, right?
Weird because he hasn't brought us on there yet.
He's a great guy. Say comics.
You're next,
He's a great
suckers.
guy. He's working his way up to comics like you guys, bro. He's had Jacobs and Matt Williams on.
Top
What do you
level.
want?
They suck, yeah.
But he's phenomenal. He really is. The guy's awesome. Like, I send people here, to him from here, and then I lose him because he's nice to him.
Aww.
So, fuck that. I'm not going to be nice to you. I don't. Well, I like you.
Well, Mike's dog just humped my leg, so I'll definitely be back.
It's Kevin Holly's Show, 8 to 11.
That's my gambit.
After us tonight is DTPTV. Like you were saying about supporting the other, other comics, you just want them to do well. DTP is Deviate the Plan. It's a local band that does a show entirely based on other local bands.
I didn't know they did that. I know one of the dudes, the lead singer.
Of what?
Of
Deviate the Plan?
Deviate the Plan, yeah. We worked together.
Really?
One time, yeah. Probably going to see him at my buddy's Christmas party.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
But they're doing that, like, the show's nothing about them. The entire show is about other local bands coming in and talking to them. And at the end of the show, they do 3 live songs in the studio. So it's good quality recorded music. You know what I mean? It's awesome. I love what they're doing. We need more of that in all of the communities.
Absolutely.
So that's Deviate the Plan after us on IRNBroadcast.com. After that is the show I race home to watch. Nitwit.tv. Nitwit.tv is a music-based show. Music trivia, music like that. Most well-produced show out there. Well, the guy's a goddamn tech. Computer nerd fuck. I'm just kidding.
Nerd fuck.
Welcome, Nitwit. Anyway, I lose the games every week. Love losing. Nitwit.tv. 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm telling you, my fucking brain. Fuck this brain! Aww. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whenever he feels like stopping, I guess.
Maybe Herman in the studio.
I don't know how you would yell at your brain.
Oh my God. You try having my brain, you'd be mad at it too. So that's all that. Suck it, love it. Who gives a shit? Let's get back to business. Guys, Ricky, Shannon, first of all, thank you for being a part of the December 8th show. Iberian Rooster, December 8th, doors open at 6. We'll probably start around 6:30. And party ends at 9. They kick us out at 9, but you know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Comedy is 2 hours, right? You really don't want to go over 2 hours. Is that close? you run a lot of shows.
That's a great time. We do mics that last like 5 hours sometimes, and it's the worst. So yeah, 2 hours is perfect.
Yeah, for an organized show, I'm saying.
That's the
yeah.
peak.
Yeah.
Don't go over 2.
Because I've had everyone from Jeff Louis to Jacobs to Cam tell me the same exact thing. 2 hours is where you're aiming at.
Very seldom. I've seen headliners drag the show on, and it worked. And I've seen headliners drag the show on, and it was a drag.
Yeah, people get restless. 2 hours is perfect.
And comedians too. Like if they too long of shows, they don't want to be on those. But even outside, as just a fan of comedy and watching, I don't want to sit down for more than 2 hours.
It's like a movie. You don't want to watch more than a 2 hour movie. Like,
you don't
there's
want
no
to have to
intermission
pee either, because you're going to be that guy that gets called out.
Yeah.
Or girl.
And it's not. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's not like a movie. You can get up and go. I mean, you're going to miss something.
Oh, yeah.
But with comedy, it's your entertainment's coming in every 8 to 20 seconds.
And that's the problem. Is yes, exactly. And even in between comics, you don't have but a couple minutes. It's not like going to see a band where they got to break down, set up.
Right.
You have 15 minutes in between to go piss and get your next drink and all that.
Or if you
with
go to
comedy, you have to stand up in the middle of the show to do those things.
And if you go to a Jesselnick or somebody that crafts a joke that's 10 minutes long, and you go to the bathroom, you've missed everything.
Yeah.
You've missed the whole thing.
Well, I was about to go on stage at a show recently, and I saw somebody, they got up and they said, I don't want to miss the headliner, so I'm going to use the bathroom now. So I tripped them.
and held him down in the bathroom and Had its way.
was really weird because it was the first time my mom
Don't
ever
show
came
your
out to the
cards.
show.
Yeah, fuck her. Oh.
Yeah, it's just
Oh.
yeah.
So this show started because Cam called and told me he was coming in December. So I'm like, I would love to put this together a show with you while you're here. You know what I mean? It's probably the only chance for me to see him.
Yeah.
'Cause he's busy. Every time the guy comes into town,
Everybody loves that
he's
kid.
flat full of, you know what I mean? But so we went through and we picked the comics that were on the lineup, and then I'm like, we need to have. There's all these females around here. We don't have. There's no female on this list, and Cam instantly went. Shannon, I went, fuck yeah, she deserves to be on every list out there.
See, I'm trying to be on that list because you just want to be on the list, not because I had a vagina. But I'll take it.
We have an equal opportunity, so
Thank
we have
you.
a quota to meet.
Appreciate.
Yeah. In all fairness, too, I've seen Steve Miller in drag.
Yeah,
I have too.
So
that part.
You're still hotter than Steve Miller in drag.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a close.
Thank
second.
you.
If he was here, I would have said the opposite, but
that
it's
has
cool.
nothing to do with you.
But like he nailed it because yes, she deserves to be on every list as much as she does. You know what I mean? If there's a show going on, you should include Shannon Kelly. Period.
Well, I hope I'm funny too. I hope people like, hey,
I think
mind
it's
her.
too. It's
That's
a,
not what you're about, right?
Yeah.
It's a relief for
just
her to
being
kind
there.
of do a show with somewhere she's familiar with, but she doesn't have to put it all together. So there's not as much that you have to.
Little do you know.
Until now.
So here we go.
Yeah.
So that's,
She overrode that.
so that's what we're leading into is so we do all this.
That's a segue, guy.
and she phenomenal. We're going back to phenomenal.
Oh, do that again.
No, I'm not sucking your dick, Shannon. I'm being honest. I can say sucking dick, can I?
Yeah.
That's why you have this.
I'm like, yeah, you can.
I'm struggling. I'm trying to get all this shit together because I like to start promoting like a month before a show. When a show is like that, you know what I mean? And I'm struggling because of whatever.
Yeah.
At the very end, I send her a couple things, and she's like, Let me help you out. And then she pushes it all together, and then we start having comics that, you know what I mean, which happens. You know,
They
I
got
can't
double
do it,
booked,
this,
shit
this, and
happened,
that.
yeah.
And she's like, I got this shit. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so
Aw,
much.
Stan.
Seriously, I mean that with everything I have. I mean, you have no idea how much pressure you took off of my goddamn brain by helping
Sweet.
out.
Thanks for recognizing, man. I appreciate
And
it.
this is coming from a place where there's been a few people in here that we weren't really sure whether they even liked us or not. You know what I mean? Jacob's the first time he came here, he left and we're going, I don't know how you felt
He's a
about this
weirdo.
shit.
I hate him. I'm just kidding.
And next thing you know, like he's contacting us. It's like,
Don't y'all do it, Mike, together?
Sometimes.
do it, say it again.
I was saying I hate John Jacobs, and he's
Who
like,
the fuck doesn't?
don't you do a mic together? I was like, well, I don't want to talk about it. We're kidding.
Well, I mean, you were
love
talking
him.
privately about it. I mean,
John Jacobs is my best friend.
but he's been phenomenal to us.
Yeah.
Like it's so weird. The people that the people we felt we weren't really sure about the most have been the most supportive.
Because they're
You-
real. They're like Ricky said earlier, the people that blow smoke originally, and they're like gassing you up. You know what I mean? Like they're fake as fuck. It's the people that like takes a minute to get to know. Those are the real.
Yeah,
Real people, yeah.
There will be some people here that they'll be like doing your podcast for the second time to promote an upcoming show. Those people don't like you.
That's us. I'm just kidding.
Your brain got that one, Stan. You should be happy.
am-
Your brain only
I'm so
receives
goddamn
negativity.
Fuck this brain.
No, like I know I can speak for John when I say like we're so grateful for it. Like you've been hella supportive. You've come out to stuff, sharing stuff, taking pictures. Like a lot of times, I used to try to hire a photographer, but I can't afford that shit anymore. But I used to have a photographer at all the shows trying to get good headshots of comics because it was such a pain in the ass to make flyers with no good headshots. You know what I mean? Like I just knew how that went, and like you guys come out, you take pictures, you're constantly posting and sharing, having us on here. Like we're hella grateful for it. So.
Yeah, the first time I met Stan was at a show. He was just attending. I think it was a John Jacobs thing they were doing at Pegasus, I believe.
I think it was actually.
Yeah, and he was just there to support, comedy and stuff. It's
The show I put on at Pegasus.
Comedy.
Just kidding.
Well,
I did do that.
It was old Pegasus.
Old Pegasus. That was before.
It was
Okay.
up there.
Got you.
It's fine.
Yeah, this was the dirty.
The dirty
yeah,
Pegasus.
dirty
I've been to the
Pegasus.
dirty Pegasus.
But, I mean, I love comedy. I mean, like genuinely love comedy. So like going to these open mics and seeing, like you got to go through the but then when you see a Jarrett Moore or you see a Tommy Gill or you see a Ricky Hicken, it's so like, oh my God, look what we're surrounded by. There's so much great comedy out there right now. Same with the music, you know what I mean? And we started in the comic scene. Like, that's where Cam was coming in. We'd go to Side Splitters. We'd have 20 people with us. He's like, yeah, we knew you were there. Not many people bring 20 people.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's easy to do. You know what I mean? When we convince them, you don't want to miss this. And then after going once, they're like, when's the next one?
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? And that's how that works. John Jacobs has us do an interview from the green room at freaking Improv. Are you kidding me? That's to us, that's phenomenal. You know, type of thing. So your appreciation just drives us even more.
And that's the thing is, like, these shows can't happen without the homies coming out and supporting. Like, I mean, I got started and friends would just show up, and now it's grown to people that have become friends, but because they're coming to shows, you know. But you need that, or else.
Yeah. It's like running with big titties, man. You need the support.
I'm an ass man.
I
say that because my wife has little titties.
I just had to talk about.
I've seen some husbands with big titties.
I'm traumatized from running because of big titties. It's a problem.
That's what I'm saying. You need the support.
You need
right?
like 3 sports bras worth of support. The whole thing.
So they're in here talking about. There's a band putting a CD release show on the same night as our show, December 8th.
Yeah, well, I'm going to murder them, so.
It's Murder the Crow is the name of the band.
Oh, I've heard of it. Is that like an Incubus cover band?
No, they're no cover band. We don't deal with. We only do all new.
It's Crow Left of the Murder. That's an Incubus like name of a. Anyway,
It's the night of the December 8th show, the same exact night. Well, I'm on that CD, and it's a CD release.
Shit.
I'm like, I won't be able to make it. Sorry, that shit sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you might be doing the show on your own.
Oh, okay.
I got somewhere to be. I'll be with JJ over the.
I got this shit.
So say I'm over here at the other CD release party because I'm CD releasing these nuts.
Oh shit! I'm turning this mic off now.
Is Ricky on the lineup?
He can leave.
I was gonna say
not anymore.
CBD release because you sell the marijuana to the state. I don't know.
Is Shannon on the lineup? So Ricky, when I sent you the list, or Shannon, when I sent you the list, what was your initial thought on that list of comics?
Yo, I don't deserve to be on that bill, and I'm super grateful to be on it.
That's what I was saying.
Shut up! I'll murder you too. No, like I thought you guys threw me on there. Like it was helpful to hear that story just now about Cam because I thought it was just because like I helped with the connection with Iberian or whatever. But like those are my dudes. Like I'm super stoked to be on it. Especially
that decision was before you helped because I'm like he's like where do you want to go? I'm going, dude, you've worked here a million, you know what? He's like get with Shannon. And that was after you were already on the list, and then you
true.
You were like this do talk to her, and she was phenomenal too. Holy God damn, it's been 2 months since I've talked to her.
Yeah, I think they changed management there sometimes.
Either way,
yeah, but the lineup like heavy fucking hitters, and like. I'm hoping like it's like selfish, but the people say, "Oh, she's up there with these kids, like she can handle her own." Like I'm super stoked to be a part of it. So
yeah, I know Tuesday when you asked me if I would come on here to promote the show with Shannon, I thought that was pretty cool that Shannon's helping promote a show that she's no way on.
They couldn't get Rachel rolling, so they got Shannon.
Oh, Rachel left? Oh, shit. No, you got to do it the other way. It's stronger.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, oh, that's neat. Did Shannon blow?
So mean to her.
Does she blow all of the guys on that one, or just half of them?
She could take it. She does.
I have taken it.
But right. Steve Miller's been freaking like. Every time I've seen him recently, he's seems like he's working on his comedy again. You know what I mean? Like he went through a stage where he was doing the same thing for a while, and then all of a sudden we went and every time I see him now, he's kind of moving it around a little bit. How often do you get to see him?
I've only seen him a handful of times, so it's all fresh to me because I don't see him all the time. Yeah,
you know, like he's not really out there. I mean, obviously he's not out doing open mics, so you don't get to see him a bunch. You know what I mean? And
what's hard is like I've booked him a couple times and I'm running the show, so I don't get to really sit there and like watch because I'm too busy like fighting people. So
I lost that son bitch at the Snappers Hot Mess show.
Steve Miller
came down to us too.
Oh, you lost to him?
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I mean, when you lose to somebody like that,
you're like, that's who you want to lose to.
You're like, that's cool.
Now, if you lost to Matt Williams, then you go home and kill yourself.
That's true.
Right?
Poor Matt Williams. Where is he? I love him. Wait for him to bust through the door. I'm like, any minute, someone's gonna bust through the door.
And Kool-Aid Man, oh yeah.
It'd be Matt right behind David Wayne. Oh God,
No, he's always strolling. That dude's like, I was just like, what's up, David Wayne?
we left that out. How Did I Alone? There's another podcast.
They suck. I hate those guys.
Thank you. I've been trying to tell people.
You're only supposed to do 2 people. 3?
Stephen Henry and I, oh my God, he kept like, just like anybody, like, hey, can I get on the list? Can I do this? Can I? Oh, you got a showcase? Oh, and then so I was just being a bitch. I was like, oh, cool. When am I going to be on your podcast? Huh? Like, not that I give a fuck, but my analogy is like, if someone's on your trampoline every single day, you know, and then all of a sudden they get a bounce house, it's like, bitch, let me in the bounce house. Like, what's up? Do you like this metaphor? Anyway,
it's so kid friendly.
I just like the way that both instruments are bouncing.
You know what I mean? Like,
just take your shoes off before you get in the bounce house.
His response to me
about running, but bouncing trampolines and bounce houses.
That's fine.
Safe.
We still need support. But
it was good though. It was really good.
And he's like, you're too PC. I'm like, bro, have you heard any of my jokes? Right. They all involve dicks in my mouth. Like, what? And so sure enough, I'm on this podcast and not talking shit, but poor David Wayne and Matt Williams. It was the most awkward thing for them ever. But it was right after the Parkland shooting. And I was like almost in tears at one because he just like was digging in. It was getting really awkward. And poor Matt and David are just like, okay, like, let's move on from this awkward school shooting subject. It got heavy. So thanks for not making
How
me
to
cry.
die with other comedians?
Yeah, how to have everybody die on this podcast right now.
Stay in school, kids.
No, I love those dudes. It was like a self-fulfilling prophecy, though.
If there's an active shooter, you don't stay in school, kids.
Yeah, exactly.
See cool, stay in school.
When your friend's like, this is going to suck because you're on it, and then they make it suck because you're on it, you're like, this just worked out perfectly, didn't it? This is great.
Dude, that's the thing about like comedy and stuff too, because you can say something and be like, I hate that you're on this because you suck. And be like, I don't know if they're joking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I might suck.
Well, that's how it started with the whole Matt Williams thing. It was like people would come in, and I love Matt Williams to death, but bust his balls and like, you can't talk about Matt Williams. The fuck I can't talk about Matt. Are you kidding me? I love that fucking guy. He's like, I met him in an open mic. Went and saw him at an open mic. You know what I mean? And was he great? No, obviously we all know that he wasn't great. Let's be honest.
We all know he's terrible.
Cam wasn't great the first time I saw him. Seriously, the first time we saw Cam, he wasn't great.
Yeah.
But you could see that the passion is there and that it's going to happen.
Yeah, but
and now I saw him at John Jacobs' birthday party and was fucking cracking up.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
Matt Williams, yeah.
The biggest difference between Matt and Cam, though, is Matt will grab your dick.
You haven't seen Cam in
like all the time.
I'm so glad Matt didn't move.
I love Matt. I miss Matt.
Well, Mike's giving us the music.
I know. You gotta shut up.
You got a few more. No, it's your turn. You got a few more minutes. Is there anywhere you're going to be doing other than December 8th? Anything else you want people to come out to? Any more showcases? Tell them about Iberian and all that.
We're at Iberian Rooster every single Tuesday. We've got open mic, and then we try to do the last Tuesday of the month, the showcase. December's kind of wonky because of Christmas, but just keep an eye on the Facebook page. Hashtag #SubCentralComedy. John Jacobs posts about it too, so go follow him. I'm on the interwebs. Shannon Kelly ____ and Shannon Kelly Comedy. So.
Last night I was somewhere.
Cool.
You're not gonna go, so basically that's just me bragging about, hey, I did this thing last night.
Just in from LA, just in from Flynn's.
Even better, like, yeah, I didn't just show up, they asked me to be there. That was the coolest thing. But tomorrow I'm in Holiday at Brennan's Irish Pub. It's a show that Mike Morris puts on. Shelly Harris will be there, and Danny Bevins is headlining.
Danny Bevins.
I suck. I need to promo better. Riri
he was at
is
Beer and
doing
Brothers.
a show, and then I'm doing another one with Daniel Watkins in Hudson, Florida. So December stuff. Yay!
Can I give a shout out to my kid's YouTube channel?
Yes, do it.
Oh yeah.
I am Egg Yolk. I am Egg Yolk.
That's a great name.
He promised he'd behave.
Aww. I'm gonna go subscribe right now. I am Egg Yolk.
Since you guys are not great at this thing, we're just gonna go ahead and put all the links up there.
Thank you. Wait, I know we're like self promos. It's a thing that we gotta do.
All right, thank you guys again for being in here. Thank you for being a part of the show, December 8th.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you sincerely for all your help. Michael, thank you for letting me be a part of your show.
Thank you for letting me be a part of your yoke.
What? I am egg yolk.
She's really on this show, though?